So what do we have here? Also, once again, sorry for going at such a, you know, slower pace. I like to collect, you know, information on this sort of world, you know? It's not very often I get to play a Cthulhu-based game, you know, with a lot of Lovecraftian mythos, so I'm biding my time, you know, taking it in.
Stuck.
By the way, this game is... Whoa! Hello! Like, graphically, like, this is very impressive. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I know it's Unreal 4, so it's to be expected.
It won't open.
That it's gonna be impressive looking, but I don't know. I just like the, design, you know? But, yeah, no, nonetheless, I mean, despite the fact that it's taking place in a bunker, I don't know, I just like the look of the whole thing. Anyway. Temple, flooded caves, base. Provisional camp equipment was deployed to the underground caverns below the base without any problem. Submarines also work great. They're fast and maneuverable beyond my predictions. We've started exploring some parts of the underwater passages, but it is slow going. Are you talking about this place? Hold on a sec.
It's stuck. It won't open.
I mean, I don't know why I asked if they were talking about this place. Obviously, they are. Biology lab area, so that's probably where I want to go. Though, there was that kind of crazy situation going on over here. Some sort of figure. Shock hazard. I can't open that. So, doesn't look like that's where I need to go. And that's where the handle...
Looks like I need something to get this elevator to work.
Never mind, I guess.
What was the need for such security measures?
Okay. I thought I had a handle. Whatever. Link elevator has been set up. It can now reach both the tower and bottom levels below the base. Camp equipment and parts for the portable submarines are being transported to the first campsite. Tower base cavern entrance. Huh. Well, I do not
Looks like I need something to get this elevator to work.
To have the equipment that I need to be able to make the elevator work, according to Frank Gilman, or whatever the hell his name is. So we've got to find this equipment. And I bet it's beyond here. Whatever it is. Notice all these particles all of a sudden. It's like we're in 0G or something. Nothing quite yet.
Locked.
That's probably for the best. Yeah, it's a lot darker in here. Found more about the origin of the Conarium. Dr. Faust very tight-lipped about how he came up with that strange exploration device he built long ago. The only thing he has told me is that he came across some shunned and forbidden volumes about a device of extraterrestrial origin. But again, these sources do not hint that any existed on Earth except in the dreams of those who liked to chew a certain herb. I can't read that at the moment. Alkaloidal, I think is what it says. The sessions we hold in the meeting room to adapt our nervous systems to the alien impulses of the machine were frightening at first. If used too much, it affects the body to breaking point. But now I'm used to its non-human sensations. I've started to feel like the device is clearing my mind to make it absorb much more than ever before. I feel unconfined and much more receptive. But the most peculiar aspect of the sessions are that because it is a shared experience, I am able to receive impressions, ideas, and even memories which belong to the other participants. So it creates kind of like a hive mind, basically. Usually my mind wanders after the sessions end, and I cannot focus my thoughts until I have slept for several hours. That strange device... That was weird music. That strange device surely disorients feelings and bodily functions, but I believe that what it offers is of immense importance.
need a phonograph cylinder.
God damn. We're just logging up all the things I need. Not collecting many of them, but we've got a lot of things that I need. Nothing there. Oh. Think I found a cylinder. There we are. There you are.
Fortunately, one of our researchers, C. Lenning, was found dead in the biolab last Tuesday. Cause of death is currently uncertain, but judging by the accumulation of a mass of green substance found in his mouth and throat area. Dr. Barlow, our botany expert, thinks that Lenning was smothered by small, sticky, greenish clumps that look like pollen, belonging to the living samples of the plant Sahiti, which is thought to have become extinct during the Paleozoic era. Dr. DeWitt will perform a post-mortem examination on his body soon.
We got an update to the journal. Probably take a look at that. There's only 3, so... Phonograph recording about the death of C. Lenning. And that's just kind of going over... Like, it's just a transcript, basically. So, green substance. They said it was linked to a plant, but I remember there was a green substance in the novella that was referenced that... I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was like a green... Like, almost blood, like, in terms of texture and, like, appearance. It looked like blood, but it was green instead. I can't do anything with that.
Locked.
But just the first thing I thought of when they mentioned that was something else entirely from what their hypothesis is as to what it might be. So... Huh. What's next, then? What device... Oh. Here we are. Oh, shit. What the fuck? It's a fucking cat. Hello, kitty. I don't know what your deal is, but you just stay over there. Don't bother me. Uh-oh. What the fuck just happened?
Can't breathe.
I can't leave. Oh, something bad's about to happen. I don't like this. Shut up, cat. What the fuck is going on? Oh no. Oh shit. Okay. That is not a cat. And also that door is open now. Uh-oh. Not good. Please, let me go. What the fuck? Something just happened. What the hell just happened to me? Okay. Let's just look around for a second. Oh, hello. What's your deal?
This? It's impossible to determine with so much decomposition.
Well, certainly with that attitude. I found a key and a note. We finally finished excavating... Oh, shit. Sorry. We finally... Sorry about that. We finally finished excavating the monolith that was silently waiting for a soul to see it again, situated within the circular building we reached with the link elevator. That magnificent piece of carving was buried halfway down under a mound of debris, and most probably could have been written in the earliest pages of history. I cannot describe exactly my feelings for the first time when I stood aghast contemplating that gigantic stonework inside of those time-worn halls of silence. Only God knows how many ages have passed since its initial carving. Just thinking about its age sends shivers down my spine. Which civilization could have constructed such grandeur, now waving a forlorn goodbye without giving away the secrets of its masters? Furthermore, even though most of them are damaged beyond repair, we spotted some symbols resembling the rock art of the Sahara Desert in southeast Algeria. We don't have any strong evidence to suggest anything, but Cornell Blake clings mostly to the continental drift theory. In any case, we don't have enough data on its age, but it is evident that history needs to be rewritten yet again. Then we have a key that I imagine takes us into that other door. There we go. Uh-oh. Oh shit, another one. Oh, I can still move. Oh.
I believe no more can we harbor ourselves on the safest shores, for there are things that cannot be undone.
I think we're having a flashback here.
You should retire to your room. I'm going to think a bit more.
This item, I guess, was transferred. Yeah, there's some hieroglyphics on the side of it. Obviously, I have no idea what their meaning is. I'm wondering if this is supposed to be a creature, like this is a statue of one of the creatures. That's the one thing, I can't really remember the biology of them all too well. Might just be a plant, but I find that unlikely. So whoever this individual is, they had a heavy history of studying. Maybe it's Frank, but I doubt it. But to be fair, I really don't know who it could be otherwise. I don't have a flashlight, unfortunately. Okay. We got the door over there, and then we've got all this stuff. Wait, do I have a flashlight? Maybe it's just my presence. Yeah, my presence illuminates everything. That's what it is. At least that's what makes me feel good about myself. Alright. Oh, hello. Very different design here. I'm liking it. It's kind of almost reminding me of Layers of Fear a little bit.
Locked.
Though so far, this story is intriguing me a lot more than Layers of Fear ever did. Not that I dislike Layers of Fear, I just was kind of meh on it.
It's locked.
I'm speeding up a lot here. Uh-oh. Fuck. Not good. Well, that is quite the flashback. Whatever the hell that means. Journal has been updated. First Conarium event and a brief visit to the past. I am at a complete loss for words. Simple remarks are insufficient to express my feelings right now. Was it a premonition or a vision? How I should interpret all of this, I don't know exactly. Suddenly, I found myself drifting into a familiar room. A room that was long buried in my graveyard of memories, scribed on epitaphs of things long past. So that was a memory of his. That was not a different character. That wasn't a vision. That was a memory. Pronunciation of the Zeisis. No idea if I pronounced that properly, but whatever. Who cares? Some of you are probably. Antarctica, scientific historical timeline of the unoccupied continent. Brown University from 1892. Ooh, note. The legendary drink of the oldest myths. I heard about the elusive mixture decades ago when I was writing my thesis on Savia what does it say? Divinorum? I can't quite read that word from this distance. Anyway, also known as the Sage of the Diviners, I think is what it says. An entheogenic plant used mostly in religious or shamanic ceremonies. For centuries, no one could gather any information about it other than its legendary mystical psychoactive properties. In some sources, it was the drink of the gods, while in others, a key for opening gates to places that lie beyond the conventional human senses. The sole bridge to be passed in order to leave the bodily restrictions of the flesh. Most scholars would kill even for a hint about one of its lost ingredients. That's something I was on the lookout for throughout my career. A new formula is forming in my mind. I feel like there is a chance for me to produce, if not the original, then a variant of the legendary mixture, insert that word here, with the new clues I have uncovered during my work here. I don't think I can just move on. Oh, maybe?
Right. I don't know if you can hear me, but I am trying. Searching is the only way.
Hey! Hey, can you hear me? Damn it! Who was he?
Well, it looks like we are, in fact, making progress. Latest conversation? That's it? Wait, god damn it, I keep messing it up. Okay, that's it. Alright, so can we go?
Looks like I need something to get this elevator to work.
Damn it. I thought that was... I mean, like, I knew I didn't have anything, so I was a little perplexed, but we moved onward, so I thought, you know, something, but I guess not. Still need the device, whatever it might be. Ah, here we are. Perfect. There we go. Now I have the lever that I need. Oh, holy shit. I'm glad I came back here. Somewhat humanoid in form. Look at that. God damn. Somewhat humanoid in form. Those sculptures initially reminded us the terracotta army sculptures carved as a funerary art. Buried with the first emperor of China to protect him in the afterlife. But after judging by the writings on some of the bas-reliefs, now we believe that these wooden puppets, or golems, were used to carry out some tasks for their masters, just like the Egyptian, whatever the hell, funerary figurines, which are the servants of their owner in the hereafter. We saw the golems in several sizes, and it was terrifying to see the huge ones sitting in silence on the carved and polished rock stools as if waiting for a command. Look at that. There are a lot of gateways leading to dark and damp corridors that were mostly carved in ages past. Some of them were covered by strange ivy-like plants swaying back and forth despite there being no external force to move them. They seem to come from levels below, creeping through crevices in the rock walls to stop probable superstitious gossip amongst the crew. Dr. Barlow, our botany expert, personally started to examine them. The first submarine explorations revealed what was lying in the underwater caves. The most striking features were the structures with openings in them. Like doors and windows, they made us wonder whether those caverns had been carved underwater or if they had been submerged at a later date and thus had become redundant to those who had carved them. That's all for that. Well, we have what we need now. So it looks like we can move on. Fuck. I should probably get going. I don't know, he started coughing, which makes me nervous. Let's go. We're going up, I guess. Didn't mean to do that, but whatever. We're going to the top of the tower now. Ignore that giant block of black down in the bottom right corner. Holy shit. Oh, what was that noise? This is a very stark contrast in what we were just dealing with. Everything before this was very mechanical and, I don't know, relative. But this is very different. Stone-like. Or, well, obviously stone-like, but also my vision's starting to become impaired. What's this? What is this item? Looks like a key. An ornamental metallic object, so maybe it's a key. But ornamental, I feel like implies decorative, so maybe not. Uh-oh! What's going on? Oh, shit. Some sort of figure.
This is amazing. Most of the ground-level structures have been crumbled and rounded from untold eons of savage storms, and thus weathered into shapeless ruins. However, both the ground level and the cavern systems below are clearly displayed in these bas-reliefs. The most striking features depicted in this grand panorama, I believe, are the tall, occasional towering spires, which somehow resemble a lighthouse. They all seem like focusing a light beam towards a colossal structure in the center. Could there be some sort of religious meaning behind this? Or simply something that has a more practical use? I'm not sure.
Is that it? Okay. So, I actually did a little bit more checking. I guess you could call it research. I hesitate to say that, just, I don't know, for whatever reason, but I looked it up and to find a little bit more information about the Elder Things, because I mentioned how I wasn't certain about their biology, and that little statuette thing that brought like a flashback on, that actually, spoilers kind of, is like an actual Elder Thing. That's what they look like. Exactly that. Which is odd, I'm sure, if you're not super into Lovecraftian mythos, but the whole idea is that these things are so different from us in every way. So they're very plant-like in a lot of ways, but they are sentient, very much so, and far superior to us. Actually, I was reading up on their biology. They stand around 6 feet tall, and they're extremely technologically advanced. in comparison to humans. But interestingly enough, even though that they are referred to as the Elder Things, they're probably the closest to humans in terms of intelligence and all of that there is in the Lovecraftian mythos. Like there's the Great Old Ones, which are sort of what we have come to know as like the most terrifying of all these creatures. Like Cthulhu is a Great Old One. I think Azeroth is, which is like a cosmic god, is another one as well. And I mean, they just like they could demolish the Elder Things like it's fucking nothing. So there, like I mentioned, how there were a bunch of factions, and that's very much the case based off of what I read.
This is the strong light that can be seen from ground level.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, yeah, and they were talking on the murals. That's what it was referencing.
So this is the strong light that can be seen from ground
So
level.
I guess it's daytime now. What's this all about? So this is one of the spotlights, and it's leading to something out... Hold on, how do I run again? Okay. It's leading to something out there. Based off of what it sounded like, we don't really know what it was intended to shine a light on. Clearly it was created by the Elder Things for some sort of purpose. So like a pyramid-like structure. And like there are various buildings with spotlights coming out, and they all shine the light on one particular location. Interesting. I don't... Is there anything else? Like, is there something I'm supposed to pick up over here, or was that it? Yeah, I'm sure I'll figure it out if I... Turns out there's something I didn't have right. But yeah, it was really interesting. I've been reading more about the Lovecraftian mythos and like what it all entails. And there are a lot of factions. I really didn't realize this, but like the Elder Things are one of the weaker. Like they still just like dismantle. Like they created humanity. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned that, but like they created the creatures that essentially created us. And then, you know, the Shoggoths, and the Shoggoths, you know, sort of overthrew them. Then I want to go one further down. But yeah, it was just really interesting to read all of the stuff that is in Lovecraft. But yeah, what it seems like is there's sort of... I can move around, cool. There seems to be almost like a biblical references in Lovecraft. Like, interestingly enough, Cthulhu is almost God in this scenario, and like the Elder Things seemingly have some sort of rivalry with the Great Old Ones for whatever reason that we're not familiar with. But they just kind of got fed up. Uh-oh. Kind of got fed up with the Great Old Ones for whatever reason. Most likely because they're probably the most cruel of any of the creatures in Lovecraft. They're the ones that typically tend to torture humanity and fuck with us, whereas the Elder Things just kind of looked at us as, you know, why bother with them? They're like rabbits to us. We don't care. So, this is a thing I can take, apparently. And then there's another note. There is some strange vegetation filling most of the hallways, as amazing as it is deadly. There is a hidden world right beneath the Upuaut base, and even though I was prepared to find such a place, it was way different than imagining alone. We tried to cut our way through, but the plant reacted with a highly poisonous gas, seemingly coming from its glowing bud, something we, you know, just experienced with the cat and all that. I issued a warning to stop anyone going near any of these plants they came across in any of those caverns. I also noticed a strange pheromone after I spent some time examining a sample from the plant. It occurred to me that individual vines grow and shrink in length on demand. Once again, another thing we saw. It also seems as though it can move, even though there are no air currents, and this movement seems too regular to be caused by natural factors. This may sound strange, but I have the notion that it is conscious, at least on some level. So the plant is sentient. God damn it. There we go.
Hey! Anyone here?
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to do.
Dr. James? Dr. Morgan?
Just bring attention to yourself in every way possible. Nothing...
Where are they, for God's sake?
Nothing bad can come from that. You just keep yelling. Keep yelling, please. Are you done? Oh, okay. What's with the light? Well, where does this lead? I mean, nowhere, obviously, but where did it lead, I guess, is the proper question. So clearly this underground facility is quite unstable. There's some stuff down there. So I guess this was kind of like an excavation. Like, we found this location, and we wanted to know, what was going on here. And so we wanted to, investigate it in some way. Oh, there we are. That's what it's for. Ooh. Alright, so where do we want this light to go? But yeah, we're kind of slowly but steadily picking up the pieces as to what was going on around here. Oh, I don't think I want to go there yet. I want to figure out what this light's all about. See, okay, this is another Elder thing, it looks like. It's just so weird, like, how does that thing function, you know? Because I don't think in any Lovecraft it ever showed one of the Elder things actually moving around, and, well, obviously it didn't show, it was literary, but it never had a moment where it had an Elder thing as conscious and moving around. It's usually alluded to, unless I'm misremembering something. Okay, so that's all there is to that. Yeah, so I'm thinking probably here is where I want the light to go. Let's go ahead and keep moving it. Yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted. A lot of noises going on. Not a fan. Ugh. Got some H.R. Geiger influences here, it seems. Well, actually, the more I think about it, well, duh. I mean, I don't know this for a fact. I haven't read about it, but I assume H.R. Geiger had some influences stemming from probably a lot of Cthulhu mythos and all of that, because Alien, I mean, which is what Geiger is most known for, Alien obviously draws a lot of inspiration or in some capacity to Lovecraft. Very similar themes. That's the other thing, is like a lot of people consider Lovecraft to be like this literal thing where it's like, oh, well, it has to have squid monsters, it has to have Cthulhu or Azeroth or whoever it is. But it's like, not necessarily. I don't think it has to be literal. It's just like conceptually. That's what Lovecraft was all about. It was always about conceptually how unimportant humanity is, and some method of telling that story. I don't think it has to necessarily be the exact you know, usual suspects to, you know, as a method of telling that story. It just has to be the basic premise. That's another thing. I was reading, there was somebody on Reddit who said something that I thought was pretty interesting. How Lovecraft games are so hard to come by, like good ones are so hard to come by, because the truth is that what makes Lovecraft so intriguing to most people is the lack of agency humanity has in the subject matter, and how unimportant we are in the grand scheme of things. And the whole point of a video game, most of the time, is to give you agency. Is to make you feel like that you're having some sort of impact in some way. and I'm going in circles. Once you... But like in a horror, or just in games in general, you know, you have to have that agency, and so there's kind of a... the heads are butting there a little bit. Now, certainly there are some games, a lot of horror games, especially as of late, that have taken away that agency, and it still works pretty well. Specifically, I think of like Amnesia: The Dark Descent, excuse me, I was mumbling. And stuff like that. Also, huh. Oh, whoa, okay. Whoa, oh, okay, Jesus Christ. What the fuck, was that always there? That was not always there.
What was that I've just seen?
I have no idea. Like, the head was right there, and... that was very strange. Huh. I think... wait, is that where I came from? I can't even remember where I came from. Oh, that's where I want to go. I came from the other direction. There's a lot of crazy noises going on. I don't like it. But yeah, like even a game like Amnesia: The Dark Descent had this feeling of, you know, there's light at the end of the tunnel. You just want to get out. You want to get out of here. And if you can just find a way to get out of that castle, everything will be okay. But, I feel like the game that best encapsulates Lovecraft without going all out is probably Soma. And, I mean, I'm not going to spoil that game, but, anybody who's played it knows how helpless everything feels. What the fuck? Sorry, how helpless everything feels as you're playing it. It's pretty obvious Frictional had a lot of inspiration. What is this? No idea what that is. 5 pieces of stone with different glyphs on them. I gotta use that for something. Not sure what yet. But yeah, I mean, I've gotta say, I've been talking a lot about just the general themes of Lovecraft. Not really been going over very much of this game in particular, but honestly, I'm really impressed with the presentation of this game. Graphically, it's fantastic. For the most part, the albeit limited, nonetheless, the voice acting has been pretty solid. There have been a couple of deliveries that I thought were a little rough by the protagonist here, but for the most part, it's been super well done. And specifically by that talking robot head, that was something. Whoa.
If I am not mistaken, this relief depicts that the overgrown floor we came across at the various points in the cavern can be cleared away with an iridescent device, a tool or a talisman. Curiously, we still haven't been able to find the roots of those plants. They seem to seep out of these caverns by passing through crevices which look as if intentionally made for them. What other secrets might these silent halls conceal from us?
This is kind of like little Timmy going through mom and dad's bedroom. So this is like, wait, hold up. Well, this is very different. Like, when I first saw this, I figured it was kind of like the, you know, that image of the evolution of man. Like, it looks like it's showing the evolution of certain creatures, but that's... a closer look, it's like... There's this stage, and then there's a bunch of the same ones that look like the worker bees, essentially, and then one that's slightly larger here. Having a hard time figuring out exactly what this image is trying to convey. I don't know. Spending too much time on this shit, though. Oh, hello. God damn it. Those noises are really freaking me out. Oh, we got another one coming up. Whoa.
As we planned, my team will continue exploration through this gateway. Other expedition parties can commence when ready.
So, the leader of this group, I'm assuming it's... All these flashbacks, I'm assuming, are Dr. Faust. Like, he's the leader of all these groups. Like, the visions we're seeing. So, the key question here is, where are they? Like, and I know that's obviously the whole point of our objective right now is trying to figure out what happened to Dr. Faust, what happened to the rest of the group. And having been one of the 4 test subjects, why are we not with them, you know? Now, I remember the talking head mentioned how these individuals are still here. Now, I don't know how relative here is. I don't know if it's on that exact floor that he was, or if it means just in the facility, whether it be upstairs, you know, in the elevator that we just went on, or down here. That doesn't do much for me. There's a lot of questions I have. Oh, here we are. What's this? Oh, shit. Right, these are the 4 pieces. Okay, so I need to head back and... God damn it. Alright, I gotta...
Looks like something's missing here.
Alright, and I also need... a lever or something like that. Okay, what's the situation over here? There's tombs. What the hell? Huh. An ornamental metallic object with an elder sign. A sign used for protection from powerful entities carved on one of its faces. Presumably another one. No, nothing. There's nothing in these tombs. Except for, like, that one item, but... Interesting. Are there more tombs, or is it just that one? Oh, here we are. Oh, wow. Hello. Whoa! Whoa! What the hell? What was that? Wait, is that Dr. Faust? He has like the little wrist thing. Wait, can I not pull it up? I can't pull up my little wrist thing. strange device was already on my left arm when I came around inside the meeting room on the Upuaut Antarctic base. Comes as no surprise that I don't remember anything about it. Yeah, that thing. He's got that, doesn't he? Yeah, right there. So he's a member of the expedition. I'm figuring it's supposed to be Dr. Faust. Can't imagine who else it would be. We got more right here. Once again, figuring that most of these are going to be empty. What was that? Okay. Not liking this. Alright, we got one more. To my knowledge, at least. Alright. We got something else up here? Oh! Alright.
The same set of symbols we've seen in strangely carved niches all around here matches with what is written in the oldest parchment. I believe uncertainly that they represent a destination towards somewhere significant.
Okay, I've copied down the glyphs. Perfect, perfect, okay. I've seen a vision near the rock tablet in place, or in a place that looks somewhat like an ancient burial ground. There was a diagram consisting of several glyphs carved on the rock-polished surface, and one glyph in particular was mentioned by the silhouette that appeared in the vision. I've copied down the diagram and marked that glyph. Okay, first things first, I think I can put an item in here now. Yeah, there we go. I didn't do much. I think I need to put this in its rightful place. That should work. There we go. Something just happened. Let's see if we can step on this. See if that works. There we go. That sure did something. Alright. I was gonna say, I'm not sure I wanted to stay standing on that for a second, but nothing terrible has happened quite yet, and now most assuredly it will, because I said that.